Hello guys, myself Tenlika. Welcome to Learning Ladder of C Language. This tutorial is used to learn C language. In the first tutorial, let we discuss about header files. Header files are the predefined libraries written by Mr. Dennis Ritchen. These predefined libraries consist of methods to use in the application. Without including these header files, we cannot use a function in our programs. So let me show a few header files in our C language, like io.h. These header files are the file names which are in predefined coding written by the developer of a C language. By using these files, we can use methods and functions in that particular file to execute our program. Here, I listed some examples of header files like stdio.h, conio.h, string.h, math.h, graphics.h, many more. While installing these header C compilers, automatically these header files will be configured into our default libraries. To know which are the header files are present in your compiler, we have to open our compiler folder. Here I am using the dev compiler in our system. I am saved it in D folder. Here the dev cpp. There are in MIG-64. Inside that I go for libraries GCC. Inside this includes here the list of header files that we already defined by the developer of a C language, Mr. Dennis Ritchen, in the C compiler. For C++, here these are the header files that we can use in the C++ too. These header files are these two header files that are by default it will be used in the C language. If I want to know what are the backend coding on particular header file, just double click on it and open. Here this coding was written by Mr. Dennis Ritchen for the stdio.h header file. Here the header files act as a folder name to include the methods and functions present in the coding. By using these methods, we can import or export and values or to perform a particular task in our C language. Like this, there are many header files like string.h. Here the coding of for this is string.h. For our understanding purpose, let me explain the few header files. Here the first in stdio.h. Here the stdio.h stands for standard input and output. These header files is used to get an input from a keyboards or on any other external devices and to give an output to the devices. And the next to the conio.h. This conio.h is an header file which is used to clear the output screens or to get an input from the output screens. So, this particular string.h is used to perform string operations like a string concatenation, string copy, string length, etc. And math.h is used to perform a mathematical operation like power, exponential, and more. And graphics.h is used to perform graphics like opening window, closing window, and drawing and diagrams like this. Let's see the inner coding of an header file first. Let's go for stdio.h. Here there is an included files like a string printf, which is used to print and values to the output screen, and vprintf is verified string printf, which is used to print a particular value in this specified structure. Like this, we have gets here, gets and file gets. File gets is used to give an get an output from a file and to display to the output screen. Like this, many four files will be existed in the stdio.h and string.h. The string.h is used here for memory copy. To copy the files in the memory and memory move the particular data from one memory to another memory and set memory string concurrent string copy and string cat more etc. To include an header file to our program, we have to use preprocessed directive to preprocessed directive. To include an header file to our program, we have to use some preprocessed directive hash include. Here we have to specify our header file name within this braces stdio.h. Similarly, I include another header file. Okay. Here the hash include statements defines that it is a header file and it's including the file name as stdio.h in the predefined library. We can also include our header files with double quotes. The small difference between the double quote including the file with double quotes and the curly braces. What it means, if suppose we have specified the header file name within this curved bracket, then directly the compiler will goes to file directories and it will search for the stdio.h which is predefinedly loaded in the compiler. If suppose we are specified in double quotes, then first it will search in the compiler directory and then it's go to the external sources if the file is does not found in the directories. Suppose it is mentioned within these curly braces, then it won't go for an external search. For our understanding purpose, I am written a small program. Here the puts is a function inside the stdio.h library. This put function is used to print an output the text inside this bracket to the output screen. So let's compile this. While compiling this program, we are getting the welcome as an output. If suppose we are not specified an include statement stdio.h to the library, then the compiler won't permit us to use input function in this application. Similarly, we can use an double quotes statement to include an libraries, and I am compiling this program. We are getting the same output. Hello. If we are not specifying this stdio.h within these curly braces, then compiler throws an error that this puts hello is not defined in the application. By using this as include statement, not only we can include and predefined header files, we can also include an external files. Let's show you an example. Here I included an stdio.h and conio.h and similarly a test.cpp. This test.cpp is not a predefined library, it is an external file I am written here. Here just I am written only a function to print welcome to the output screen. I included this test.cpp in our main application and then I'm calling this m1 function. While compiling this output, we'll get and both output that hello welcome. This says that we can include an external files into the library, but the external files while including to the library we should use in double quotes, not in curly braces. Suppose we are using curly braces, then compiler will throw an error. Let's see an example. If suppose we are using an external file test.cpp in the curly braces, then the compiler will throw an error that this test.cpp is not found in the predefined libraries. So we have to specify this test.cpp external file within the codes. These header files and includer files should be mentioned before the main function. This because then C compiler will run program by step from top to bottom. Before executing in main program, we should include in all the header files within the with this application to says that I am going to use the functions in this header files folder. If suppose we are not included a header file in the starting of a program, then the compiler will throws an error that this puts was not defined in the defined in the functions. So that the header files and the predefined libraries should be declared before the main functions, and the main and the external files to include also have to be included before we are using that main function in the specified file. That's all on this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to get an next video. Let's see on the next tutorial. Thank you.